Good morning, everybody. I have a question for you. Is there something that your family cooks that is really, really special for you or your family? So, for example, yesterday, my family, we cooked chicken noodle soup because baby Caden was a little bit sick. So to help our bodies feel better, I made some chicken noodle soup, and that was really, really special for my family. And in the summer, we go blueberry picking, so we make blueberry pancakes, and that is very special for my family. So think about something that your family cooks, that you eat, that is really special, or ask mommy and daddy, what do you cook that is really special to your family? And the reason I'm asking that is because our story today is about food. The title is Jalapeno Bagels. So a bagel, if you've never had one, a bagel is sort of like bread, but it's circle and round, and a lot of people have it for breakfast or lunch. And a jalapeno is a pepper, and it can sometimes be a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. So the title is a jalapeno bagel. So it's a special bagel that has little pieces of pepper in it. So the author, her name is Natasha Wing, and the illustrator is Robert Casilla. And this book is also special because there is a little bit of Spanish in it. I will tell you both the Spanish and the English word as we read, okay? So jalapeno is a Spanish word for a certain pepper. There we go, jalapeno bagels. So friends, here is the bagel. And jalapenos can be many different colors. So they have some red and green and yellow jalapenos. And then if you look really closely, the bagels have the bits of pepper in it as well. Okay? Here we go. What should I bring to school on Monday for International Day? I asked my mother. My teacher told us to bring something from our culture. You can bring a treat from the panaderia, she suggests. Panaderia is what Mama calls our bakery. Help us bake on Sunday, then you can pick out whatever you want. It's a deal, I tell her. I like helping at the bakery. It's warm there and everything smells so good. So this little boy, his family owns a bakery where they bake many treats. Early Sunday morning, when it is still dark, my mother wakes me up. Pablo, it's time to go to work, she says. We walk down the street to the bakery. My father turns on the lights. My mother turns on the ovens. She gets out the pans and the ingredients for pan dulce. Pan dulce is Mexican sweet bread. I help my mother mix and knead the dough. She shapes rolls and loaves of bread and slides them into the oven. People tell her she makes the best pan dulce in town. Maybe I'll bring pan dulce to school, I tell her. Okay, so to work at the bakery, they have to wake up very early first. Then they go in and they start making the dough for the bread. Okay. Next, we make empanadas de calabaza, pumpkin turnovers. I am in charge of spooning the pumpkin filling. Mama folds the dough in half and presses the edges with a fork. She bakes them until they are flaky and golden brown. Some customers come to our bakery just for the turnovers. So these are a little bit oval, but they also are like mini apple pies. But in his family, at his bakery, they make pumpkin turnovers. So it's like a mix between a pumpkin pie and an apple pie. Maybe I'll bring empanadas de calabaza instead. You'll figure it out, she says. Are you ready to make the chango bars? Chango means monkey man. Mama lets me pour in the chocolate chips and nuts. When she's not looking, I pour in more chocolate chips. I could bring chango bars. They're my favorite dessert. Mine too, says Mama. This batch should be especially good. I put in extra chocolate chips. They look really yummy. So if the name of the bread is chango bars, I bet they maybe have a little bit of banana in it too. Maybe that's a banana right there, that little yellow thing. But I love chocolate chips, so I bet they're really yummy. Okay. My father calls from the back room. Pablo, come help me with the bagels. Papa speaks English and Yiddish. He learned Yiddish from his family in New York City. I know some words too. Bubby means grandmother. He uses my Bubby's recipe to make the bagels. First, he makes the dough in a big metal bowl. Then he rolls it out into a long rope shape. He cuts off pieces and shows me how to connect the ends into a circle. We put the circles on trays where they sit and rise. So first they make long, almost like snake shapes like you guys do with your Play-Doh, and then they shape those snakes into circles. Those are the bagels. While we are waiting, my father makes challah, Jewish braided bread. He lets me practice braiding the challah dough at my own counter. It's a lot like braiding hair. The customers say it is almost too beautiful to eat. Maybe I'll bring a loaf of challah to school, I tell Papa. He smiles. When the bagel dough has risen, he boils the bagels in a huge pot of water and fishes them out with a long slotted spoon. I sprinkle on poppy seeds and sesame seeds, and they go in the oven. Maybe I could bring sesame seed bagels with cream cheese. No lox? Lox is smoked salmon. My father's favorite bagel is pumpernickel with a smear of cream cheese and lox. I crinkle my nose. Lox taste like fish. Jam is better. So, have you ever had a bagel with some fish on it? It's actually really good. But this little boy likes jam. I like jam too. I have raspberry jam in my refrigerator right now. Think about it. Do you like jam? It's like jelly on your sandwich. I know Jake likes peanut butter and jelly. Okay. My mother joins us and helps my father make another batch of bagels, jalapeno bagels. My parents use their own special recipe. While Papa kneads the dough, Mama chops the jalapeno chiles. She tosses them into the dough and adds dry red peppers. We roll, cut, make circles, and let them rise. I can't wait until they are done because I am getting hungry. So here are the jalapeno peppers, and they're making special bagels. Have you decided what you're going to bring to school? Asks Mama. It is hard to choose. Everything is so good, I tell her. I look at Papa. Except for lox. You should decide before we open, warns Mama, or else our customers will buy everything up. Oh man, so think about that. They've been making all of those delicious items in the morning, and their store hasn't even opened yet, so they woke up very early. I walk past all the sweetbreads, the chongo bars and bagels, and I think about my mother and my father and all the different things they make in the bakery. So this is their store. And here are the bagels. And here are the empanadas they made and the chongo bars. And it looks like they have some muffins. And here's the pan dulce. And suddenly I know exactly what I'm going to bring. Jalapeno bagels, I tell my parents, and I'll spread them with cream cheese and jam. Why jalapeno bagels? Asks Papa. Because they are a mixture of both of you, just like me. That's interesting. So he chose jalapeno bagels because it's his mommy and daddy's special recipe. It represents his family. And that is the end, friends. And if you want to look, there is a recipe in the back for the chongo bars. So if you look really closely, the chongo bars, you have to have butter, margarine, brown sugar, eggs, flour, baking powder, salt, chocolate chips, and mixed nuts. So I was wrong. There are no bananas in the chongo bars. They're just a very sweet bar. And here's a recipe for the jalapeno bagels. It takes water, something called yeast that helps make our bread, salt, sugar, flour, jalapeno peppers, and dried red peppers. So it sounds like they're a little bit spicy. And on the end, here is our jalapeno bagel. I hope it didn't make you too hungry, and I'll see you guys later.